Hello there, my name is Michael, and today I'm going to show you another tips and tricks to become one of the best players in the game. The first trick I'm going to show you is how you can easily make from car for 2 or 4 people almost car for the whole team. And for that you don't even need to glitch, as it is really easy and won't take much time. But make sure the driver of the car will be someone who will cooperate with you, as this is only for cooperation and not for some random team, where no one communicate. First, make sure somewhere above the car surface, even a little bit is enough. Then make sure the driver will give you lift by stopping below you, so you can use the sake of physics to get on the top of the car. Don't worry, there is no fall damage. Well, if it's not windows. Remember, the car doesn't have a proper collision, so if you will miss a bit, like us here, you still get on the top of the car. Once you get on the top of the car, you are fully safe, as the physics will not let you fall, since there are none for this. You can even walk on it, and there is no way you're gonna fall. Basically, you're clipping through the car, then just standing on it. So after all, I don't see any problem with you being actually part of the car. You can even do this while you're escaping car with the idle sitting animation bug. Which means that if you escape car and you're still in sitting animation, you're still able to run while the idle sitting animation is still happening. It usually happens only when Jason is trying to get you out of the passenger seat. Because as you can see here, we didn't have the possibility, as we never got the chance to trigger the bug. For the second option of getting on top of the car or clip through it, just trigger the idle sitting animation by pressing escape button while you're escaping from the car, then quickly, before the animation will reset, run through the car, you will clip through it then. After you succeed, the normal idle animation will be back. You will stand on the top of the car again or get stuck in its collision. Depends on how much you will move in it while trying to trigger this trick. After all of this, just wait for one of the players to drive away. Well, if there will be actually any chance and Jason won't interrupt much, keep in mind that if you get stuck inside of the car, there's not much you can do, since you're basically blocked by its collision. Another trick that I'm going to show you in this video is how you can easily help Counselor while Jason is holding him or her, even if you don't have any weapon. You probably already know that if the surface or overall environment doesn't fit the specific execution's animation that have been chosen by Jason player at the time he did grab someone, then the execution won't happen and the UI of that specific execution will be grayed out. So, if Jason will really grab someone and you won't have any weapon at that time, then you can just easily help him by blocking Jason while running towards him, where he holds your teammate, because if there won't be any space for the executions that Jason player got available at that time, there won't be even possibility to execute the grabbed Counselor. There's never environment space for him to trigger many of the executions. The only way Jason can execute Counselor in this situation is by having right execution set of executions. This is always based on a player's setting that he has for each Jason. Plus, most of the times only the not weapon execution do work, since there is no need for environment space for them. However, if you will really happen to be the Jason guy, the best execution to dodge this blocking trick from Counselor is by just using the so-called choke execution. That is the most bland from them all, but the most effective one, since you do not need environment space for it. Now, Jason's perspective only. A lot of people are complaining that in the new Spring Break update, the stunts for Jason don't last that much like they did before this update, and this is mostly problem with the Part 9 Jason. Well, this new trick will make Jason unstoppable then, as this is really useful in every way. Plus, you can get a quick free kill doing this. If you get stunned by some of the weapons, make sure you press get out of a stun button as quick as possible. After you finish your job and the animation of getting up is about to happen, just hold the aim with throwing dart button and you will get up immediately. You can even do this with traps, but where's the point if the Counselor is not about to run to you while you're laying on the ground? If you press one of the execution buttons earlier before Jason will get Counselor from the car, you can basically skip the whole grab of the car animation event, because the game cannot handle the fast response of you repeatedly pressing the button. For this I recommend you not to press it too early, but only earlier. The best time to press it is when you already pressed the grab from the car button. Then just press repeatedly, for example the morph button or some kind of the execution button, and you will be able to skip the wall grab segment, saving you a lot of time. But if you will start to press the buttons too early, before you even press the grab from the car button, there is a huge possibility that you will then morph or shift with the cursor to some other location, while at the same time triggering the execution. Simply, the game cannot handle your input spamming and will be confused. There have been many moments where I got constantly injured by just damaging the window with darts next to him, even if the constants are not inside. As long as they are still close to the window and the shards of the window are able to hit them, you can still hurt them. But the best time to throw the dart is when they are starting to crawl through the window. Just hit the window or them to stop the animation of any of them getting through the window, and trust me, you will get a chance to grab them right after that, because they won't expect such a fast response from you. A lot of people still keep forgetting that stealth is also an option in this game. You can use stealth option as adjacents thanks to the stalk ability that a lot of people are not using the right way. However, well, the best way to do this is to choose Jason with high stalk strength. Part 8 or part 9, yeah. Hide inside a cabin at the start of the round, as you are sure there are still items left for counselors to come there. Plus, wait in the rooms where you expect them the most. That includes toilets with spray, main door entrances, and corners where counselors cannot spot you through window. So, be cautious. Just make sure your stalk option is already available for you to use. Then find that place where you expect them to go. But do not destroy entrances if you don't want to make counselors afraid of entering. After you will find the right spot inside. Stop moving, because stalk cannot silence your footsteps. Only the music will be silenced. And yes, it does work without stalk too. But your map icon will be visible to everyone, so it won't work that often. Keep in mind that it is best to use stalk before you will get to one of the cabins you want to hide in. Because if someone near you will hear your adjacent team, and then it will suddenly stop, your plan is compromised. The last trick that I'm going to show you today, you have to do right at the start of every round, as this can really help you surprise counselors, plus not giving them any chance to take a break. That doesn't mean you also cannot destroy doors in combat stance. Just hit the doors once with the proper hit door animation and then go to combat stance and keep being quick about it, as you used to be, before the last updates have been released. Sadly, this doesn't work with walls, so be ready that if you are going to destroy walls, combat stance is not the key. Surprisingly, the windows that are closed can be destroyed easily, but the open ones, that's a different cake. As you can see, by destroying every possible entrance, you will gain more of chance to get to the counselor much faster, because if the doors are going to be destroyed before counselor is gonna hide inside, you can always get inside without any struggle. Plus, destroying unlocked doors takes less hits, so in final, also less time than the locked doors. Also, don't forget to destroy windows. Counselor will then get injured each time they're gonna slip through one of them. And if you will get the chance to injure them before they will even get to these damaged cabins, they can even suicide by slipping through.